I think it's safe to say that we all appreciate gaming setups. I myself change my setup every single week because I just love adding new shit, but at a certain point, it gets tough. Like, I can only do so much in one house, unless you guys are, of course, subscribing to the channel and pushing me into the YouTube algorithm so that way we can grow upon millions and just buy multiple houses and multiple setups. But until then, I think we're gonna settle with reviewing some of your guys' setups. So we are bringing back the series, reacting to your epic setups. Now, truth be told, it's been a while since I've done one of these. A lot of you guys were out of the loop, so we didn't get too many setups today. Typically, what I like to do is have everybody submit their setups with multiple photos in the Discord, linked in the description down below. So if you guys have any setups that you'd ever like for me to check out on this channel, make sure you guys are going to the setup section in my Discord, linking a few photos, and if you want video clips, anything of high quality will help. And feel free to give us some information about what you do, what the point of your setup is, and some of the things that you did, what makes your setup special to you. But for today's video, we started off on Twitter asking you guys all to submit your setups. So first off, we have Farron Heights. Farron's a longtime viewer of mine, really fucking annoying, but God, you gotta love the kid, huh? So one thing I obviously like about this setup, because I can relate, is the black walls. There's something about dark hardwood floor and black walls with colors and a nice wood desk that just really makes the aesthetics of a setup flow. It's like home decor meets gamer degeneracy, but I really respect the monitor setup with the ultra wide above. I used this setup myself years ago. Personally, I've minimalized monitors over the years, so like this is a lot of monitors, and my OCD is a little off by them not being like so even with each other, but like he tried here. But obviously he needs the space because he's running a dual PC setup with a lot of decorative shit around the room, including some of the 100 Thief collections behind the setup. Looks like he's even using a 100 Thieves mouse pad and high ground keyboard. I respect it. The shit's sick, honestly. Big collage of what seems to be some collectibles on the right side with some of his favorite energy drinks and some collectors in that. I also really like how the room has RGB. It's got colors. I love like the tones that he has, especially like taking these photos, but it's like not too much. I personally got really bored of the overly drawn out, like insane RGB shit over the years. I think the subtle change colors, make everything look good for you is an awesome approach. I also see that we share the same gaming chair. I actually wouldn't be surprised if he snuck into my house and stole this. It's cozy, it's balanced, looks like it gets the job done. I know Farron has a full-time job. This is like his side gig. So I can see why he made the room the way he did, because this is clearly a way to get away from like a good hard day's work. Personally, for me, if this was my setup and I had some things to change around, I would get rid of the chat monitor. I would get rid of the monitor on the right. I would stick to the ultra wide being for streaming and capturing all the footage that I need, so that way I can have chat over there and then the gaming in front of me. I'm just not a fan of a lot of monitors, especially if they don't like have balance to it. I don't know, it's just my OCD. I'm fucking weird. Get over it. Diving into the second setup today, we have our boy and fellow content creator, Stallion. Look at this handsome devil in this setup. This is really, really clean. So again, one of the things that I really like about this setup is the uniqueness and comfort for him. Having some of his own custom graphics on the PC with the collectibles behind the desk and some of what I would assume is the fake plants behind there as well. Again, it just makes it way more cozy and relaxing to be in, as well as collecting some artwork from around the room. One of the things that I love about this setup is Stallion is an established creator. He's been doing this for a while. Like he does well, like he's really growing his brand. And if you look at his camera, it is not this over the top full frame DSLR camera. This looks like it's just a standard point and shoot camera. At the very most, I think it's like an ASPC camera with some kind of like vintage lens on it. But the point being, and the huge respect for this, is like, this is somebody that a lot of people would articulate as having some like $2,000 to $3,000 camera, because why not? You make money off this shit. But like I said throughout the years, you don't need an insane stream camera. You just need something that can get the job done. So big respect on him being a creator that gets the things that he just needs to get the job done and not feeling the pressure to get shit that he just doesn't need. I do have to roast a little bit though. Is that a mouse pad on top of a mouse pad? Brother, what are we doing? Stop that.
Stop it. Get some help.
Like get a desk pad or get a performance mouse pad. Unless I'm not seeing that correctly, but I'm pretty sure that's what that is. The last thing I do want to point out about this is that Asus chair is badass. I've worked with Asus a lot throughout the years, and I actually never had the opportunity to get this chair. I don't even know how he got it, but that thing is fucking sick. Love the cable management, love the little area for the headphones. I think those come in clutch. Again, I love his branding everywhere down to like the backgrounds on his PC. Overall W setup fits your aesthetic. You can clearly feel the vibe that you are trying to put out with this. I love it. Okay, hold up. Before we get into the next setup, I do need to talk to you guys about today's sponsor, me. So I officially today just launched my first batch of merch in years. The great thing about this merch is they will be constantly in stock. I will be doing some collection drops over time, so keep an eye out for those things. But if you're actually watching me on YouTube right now, you can just snag my merch directly below the video. If not, feel free to browse my website. Link is in the description. No regrets, gang. What are you guys waiting for? Go get kitted up. Okay, moving into setup number 3. This is Dr. Beamer, and this dude actually built his own studio on his back porch. I mean, you have to fucking admire the shit out of that. All built by him, might I add. So he didn't include too many pictures of the setup in itself, but I just had to show this off. Again, for future reference, if you guys are submitting your setups, if you could just as many high quality pictures as possible, like really bring out your creative side in this shit. Mice, keyboards, colors, artwork, everything, like you name it. I would love to have like 4 to 12 images of your setup. Maybe a couple like good slow pan B-roll. iPhones create amazing footage nowadays, so feel free to get creative. Like use me and my channel as a way to fuck around and create some of this B-roll that like you get inspired by. But anyways, as you see, he converted a empty back porch slab, built a room on it, and looks like even added some turf out there, and then put together this sick setup on the inside. Looks like, once again, a dual PC setup, rocking 4 monitors. OCD through the fucking roof with the monitors. Here we go again. You guys just love killing me with this shit, don't ya? But this setup definitely does look like a work in progress. I really did want to showcase this now because I feel like in the months to come, he's gonna come back around and show us a lot more that he's got going on. Sick ergonomic chair, looks like a couple dope keyboards. I love the color thing that he's got going on here. And then he even did this creative panel wall with LED lights behind all these sound panels. Again, not much to this setup currently right now, but I'm willing to bet, like seeing how much work he's put into this so far, in the months to come, like we're gonna see this blossom into like an insane setup. All right, setup number 4, we have Swank Kyle here. Look at this, what a chipper little guy. Honestly, this is probably one of the more insane setups that I've seen today and recently in general. I would have loved to seen a lot more photos. I did chase him down on Discord and get a few more out of him, but again, future reference, I would just like you guys to go fucking bonkers with your creative side when showcasing these setups. But he's converted his garage into his entire man cave. Again, dual PC setup, but a good thing about this setup is the monitors are pretty organized. I actually love what he did here with the 2 vertical monitors on each side, and then having your regular 16:9 monitors stacked above each other. And then the TV on the wall and then the hat collection to the right is fucking sick. I'm loving the panels on the top, all the artwork on the side wall. And one thing that I absolutely love about this is what appears to be his recording area. I'm seeing in the back corner of the room, he's got a mount, a camera on it, a light, a husky bench, more of his hat collection. It appears like this is where he just comes together and records content, maybe, which is obviously something that I respect. And there's just something so badass about having a husky toolbox in your setup. I thought about getting one so many goddamn times, but I'm like, well, I have no need for it. Where the hell am I gonna put it? But this looks like a setup that took a long time to put together. It looks like a lot of work has gone into really making this unique for him, which I have so much respect for. There's something just so fucking dope about turning a garage into like a man cave setup. I love it. Finally, we have Jay Plays Games with a little sleek, minimal setup here. I don't want to get in the habit on showing setups based on how much shit you can fit in a room. I really do want to continue to show setups also based around the idea of how can you make what you have work for you. And I think this really stands out to me. There's not a lot of crazy shit going on. The PC on the wall is definitely fucking top tier level, I'm not gonna lie. So it looks like, once again, another dual PC setup, a fully built one in a case on the desk. And I can only assume that's another PC above the setup. I don't know if he's got the cables ran through the wall, or maybe that's just like artwork. If you're checking out the video, let us know in the comments down below. Making really good use with the Elgato teleprompter and I assume camera on the right side with the Rodecaster Pro underneath. I love the simple underglow lights on the desk and the lights on the wall. Nothing too crazy, just perfect. There's just so much fucking desk space to this. Like, I love having that. Like, that's why I like having the deeper desk, is like, I really hate when I build these setups and like the desk just gets fucking cluttered with everything. Seeing all that wood top just looks so clean, especially in a white room like this. I would have liked to see more of the room. I do see in the stream software on his computer where he's taking a picture of his room and it looks like he's got some stuff on the back wall. Again, fuckers, I cannot emphasize enough. Show me more. Show us the setup. But in all seriousness, very clean, minimal, nice setup. Really respect it. All right, everybody, you let me know what your favorite setup was today. Once again, Discord, description down below, setup tab, fill me in with what you do. Give me some shit behind it. Give me lots of photos, videos. Take the time, clean your shit, put it together. Let's build this series up and show off your fucking setups out there, gang. Like, comment, subscribe. That's all I got for you guys today. I'm out. Peace. Deuces.